everyone's attention just for a brief moment. We don't want to take you from the festivities for too long, but we did want to be able to have just a portion of our night to introduce a couple of very special guests. So, first of all, I just wanted to introduce somebody that many of you already know, but many of you may not. And she is really the heart and the soul and the creative drive behind Icing Smiles. And because of her, it's why we're here tonight. But not only that, she has brought together a wonderful team of people who have brought smiles to so many children. So it is my pleasure tonight to introduce to you, without any further ado, and I hope you'll give her a warm reception, the founder and executive director of Icing Smiles, Tracy Quisenberry.
Everybody hear me?
Yes.
It's not usually a problem. Thank you. I want to welcome everybody to our second annual Icing Smiles Gala, Magic of a Smile Gala, I should say. This exact time last year, I was standing up here with the papers in front of my face because public speaking is not one of my strengths. Besides, I knew if I made eye contact with anybody, I'd probably start to tear up. So we've got bets as to how long it's going to take me to do it this year. So far, I've only made it through 3/4 of my little speech, which is not very long, so that tells you how long I last. So clearly some things stay the same, other things change. In this past year, I found that there is a saying that I've been repeating a lot. The seeds of discouragement cannot take root in a grateful heart. Not at all what you expected to start a fundraiser, I'm guessing. But there's a reason I start here. While Icing Smiles continues to grow at a record-setting pace, we have been faced with many challenges this year as we teeter between a grassroots organization and an international charitable organization. While making this transition, we have found challenges across the board. We have found challenges in attempting to implement a database using strictly volunteer resources. We found challenges in shifting family expectations when they think they're dealing with a large corporation, as opposed to an organized group of volunteers. We found challenges in building an active board of directors in a very busy world. We also find a lot of challenges in managing 300 to 400 administrative operation hours per week with only a part-time operations manager. On more than one occasion, I have allowed discouragement to surface. Just makes you want to celebrate, doesn't it? Fortunately, the story doesn't end there. Remember, I said that the seeds of discouragement cannot take root in a grateful heart. And I continue to be beyond grateful. And this is where I start to tear up. I'm grateful for an amazing Gala team who, despite ridiculous work hours for me, has managed to pull off an amazing event with minimal involvement on my part. I'm grateful to amazing artists like Kim Simons, who created my sugar jewelry. This is all handmade and is real sugar. No, I don't usually wear these kind of statement pieces, so I'm sure a lot of you are a little shocked. And it's also kind of led to an interesting side note because I've got people following me around asking me if I can suck on my ears. Haven't said yes to any yet, but anyway. I'm grateful for the 3,000 volunteer sugar angels that are willing to donate hours and hours of their time to create a masterpiece for each one of our kids. I'm grateful to an industry that has embraced us as their cause and offered us free advertising in many trade publications. I'm grateful to the 45 administrative volunteers who work behind the scenes every week. I'm grateful to an amazing executive team. Rose, our operations manager, and Cher, who's with us from Tennessee, our development director, who work their jobs as if they're being paid $1 million. I'm grateful to our board, who dedicates a significant amount of time to take us to another level. I'm not sure where they are, but we do have several board members, a couple board members here tonight anyway. Jennifer VanGelder is somewhere in the room. Jen? Not sure. That's not on. There she is, hiding. Elisa Strauss, who is from Confetti Cakes, an absolutely amazing, amazing cake artist. Came down from New York to join us tonight. She's hiding back there as well. And Amy Atlas, who is an event planner to the stars. It's very intimidating putting on an event when Amy Atlas is going to show up at your event. But she came down as well, and for that we're incredibly grateful. I'm thankful to, and I'm grateful for my family, my kids who have accepted quite a burden having me do this, and my husband who's probably taken on a little bit more than that. We're also grateful to the families who open up their lives to us, not just to receive the cake, but to share enough of their humanity with us that we're the ones that feel like we received the gift. It is on that point that I want to focus. Last year we stressed the impact of our mission on the kids that we serve. This year we served 1,200 cakes, up from 500 last year. But 1,200 cakes does not just equate to 1,200 smiles. It's so much more than that. Every time a cake is walked through a hospital, the visitors that see the cake are a bit happier. The social workers that serve these kids are a bit happier. The staff, the doctors and the nurses are a bit happier. Can you imagine the intangible impact on the kids surrounded by happier people? And can you imagine the impact on these people to see the impact on the kids? So it's kind of a vicious circle, or not a vicious circle, a good circle. While we see examples of that on a daily basis, there are certain cakes that stand out to our team. One of those cakes I mentioned at the event last year, and it was for a boy named Grant. Grant's baker is here, David Gamey, but in addition, Grant's nurse, Jennifer VanGelder, is here to talk a little bit about the experience from the point of view of the medical team. So on that, I want to thank you again and welcome Jennifer VanGelder. And not even a tear. Good evening. The story I'm about to tell you means so much to me that I could really spend hours going over every detail, but don't worry, I am going to keep it short. My name is Jennifer VanGelder, and I am a mother, a wife, and a pediatric ICU nurse, as well as a pediatric hospice nurse. I came to learn of Icing Smiles through a support group I was part of for my son who had a severe congenital heart defect. Many moms in my support group kept saying, Icing Smiles has angels as bakers, bakers with wings. So I knew I had to check out this organization, and this is how my relationship with Icing Smiles began. In the following weeks, working in the PICU at Sinai Hospital, I began to get to know a patient named Grant. Grant was diagnosed in 2008 with a type of cancer called Ewing sarcoma, and his cancer had spread. He had battled the cancer for years, and now he was in the PICU, and he was told he only had days to weeks to live. Grant was such a sweet person with a big heart. He always would make you smile, and there were two things he really loved: his guitar and sweet treats. With his great love for sweets and a need for a smile, I contacted Icing Smiles and requested an emergency cake for Grant. Immediately a response came back, and I was connected with one of the bakers with wings named David. As a nurse, you always want to fix someone or mend a broken heart, and it can be difficult for nurses when the patients they grow to love are facing the hardest times in their life. You often feel so helpless. Icing Smiles not only lifts the spirits of the patients and their families, but the impact is so much greater. The smiles and the memories created allows nurses and other members of the healthcare team an opportunity to celebrate life with patients and an opportunity to smile. A time to be able to smile is a moment that is priceless, and a moment healthcare providers sometimes need in order to be able to continue to do the difficult work we do every day. After David was informed of Grant's love for his guitar, he went to work immediately on a guitar dream cake for Grant. Still to this day, it is hard for me to believe that it was truly made out of sugar. Cake delivery day came, and I made sure to come in there to be able to capture the moment. However, what I did not plan for was the reaction from Grant.
Lying in his hospital bed, paralyzed from the waist down and in chronic pain, the cake came in. The cake looked identical to Grant's most prized possession in the entire world, his guitar. With eyes so big and a look of complete shock, the moment was too amazing to properly explain in words. Grant immediately said, "That can't be cake," followed by, "How can it be? Oh my, this is crazy. I thought you just meant a sheet cake with a picture on top from a grocery store." Grant just could not shake the look of shock. He called his parents and told them to come. And then I heard him say to his mom a few extra words that I can't repeat. "No, Mom, you don't understand. Do not walk, run, speed. You need to get here." He was so excited and he wanted to share this moment with everyone. Then the words I will never forget came with such sincerity. Why would someone who does not know me do something so big and so kind? I just can't believe this is happening to me. I just can't believe this is happening to me. How powerful. For this moment, Grant celebrated life and forgot cancer. He got to forget all the pain, suffering, and fear. He got to live. As a nurse, I cannot thank you enough for allowing me to share this moment with Grant. My cup was refilled, and in that moment, the strength to continue up this work was there. On September 10th, 2011, while I was setting up for my son's mended heart party and getting ready to receive delivery of my son's cake from an Icing Smiles angel, I received word that Grant just passed away. Tears, pain, and memories of our Icing Smiles experience all hit me at once. With tears flowing while I was setting up, I looked into the sky, and there was a huge rainbow. A peace, a sign of comfort. My son's heart condition connected me with Icing Smiles, who I connected with Grant to deliver Grant an unforgettable moment in his last days of life. And on the day of my son's celebration of life with Icing Smiles' help, Grant left this world, but a sign was sent, which connected all the dots. How can you thank someone enough for making a child's gloomy day seem so bright? Grant was still eating his cake and sharing it with everyone who walked in the room until the very moment he couldn't. I want to thank every one of you for all you do to make these smiles possible. From the staff that put it together, to the volunteers, to the bakers with wings, and to those who are able to provide financial support that allow for these smiles and celebrations of life possible. Every one of you is making a difference. And I just ask you to remember these words. I can't believe this is happening to me. Thank you.
So much, Tracy and Jennifer. We wanted you to be able to enjoy the rest of the evening, keeping the thoughts that we just heard. What you do and what you support is an amazing, amazing thing. And we are so glad that you came out tonight, you braved the weather, to be part of this ongoing, wonderful service to literally thousands of kids. So thank you again for your support. And we hope that you'll continue to enjoy the food. And again, the silent auction is still continuing. So be sure to go in there and get your bid in. We will be closing that down. I will definitely give you some warning, but we will definitely be doing that for the next 20 minutes at least. So I will give you warning on that. And now that I have you all gathered, I think we're going to try to give away the raffle prize that we tried to give away